Hey everyone, welcome back. For those of you who are new here, my name is Brittany. I'm a health coach and nutritionist, and my channel is all about helping you to create delicious, low FODMAP meals to improve your digestive health. If you're into it, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be posting a new video each week. Today we are making Keema Aloo, which is a Pakistani curry. You guys know I love curries, so this is going to be the second video in a curry series, so stay tuned for that. Today we're going to be using ground beef, carrots, jalapeno, green onions, cilantro, canned tomatoes, a lot of spices, Yukon Gold potatoes, and peas. The only ingredient that we're using today that contains FODMAPs are these peas. I'm using frozen peas because that's what I happen to have on hand. And you can't have as many frozen peas as you can canned peas. So the low FODMAP serving is 1 tablespoon. So I have 1/3 cup for our whole recipe, which is meant to serve 6. If you used canned peas, you can have a full cup, and that's because FODMAPs are water soluble. I've talked a little bit about this before in a previous video. So with canned peas, FODMAPs are gonna be leaching out of the peas into the water, which makes it lower FODMAP, and that's why you can have more of them. So you're just going to drain the peas and rinse them. Okay, for our seasonings today, we're going to be using a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, turmeric, cumin, and garam masala, a full teaspoon of ground coriander, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger and cayenne. We're also gonna be using a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin seeds and coriander seeds. These are totally optional, but they just help bring your Keema Aloo to another level. If you've ever cooked with cumin seeds before, then you understand the difference. All right, let's go over to the stove and get started. Okay, we're going to start with a large sauce pot on high heat, and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of garlic oil and let that heat up. Next, we're going to add a pound of ground beef. Smells so good and garlicky. Okay, while that's browning, we're going to add our jalapeno. This is 1 jalapeno diced. I didn't de-seed it because I like this dish to be a little bit spicy, but you can totally de-seed yours if you are sensitive to spicy food. Okay, now we're going to add our seeds. Cooking them in the oil a little bit first is going to help them to release the flavor. I'm using very lean ground beef. If you're using something a bit fattier, you'd probably want to drain it before you add your seeds. Okay, now we're going to add the rest of our spices. I love curries because of all the amazing spices that they have. They're nice and anti-inflammatory, and it's a great way to have a ton of flavor without garlic and onion. Okay, so we're just gonna let that cook for a minute. Okay, now that that's brown, we're going to add our canned tomatoes, our potatoes, and our carrots. I'm gonna give it a good mix. And we're also going to add a cup of water and 1 teaspoon of FODY chicken soup base. So we're gonna bring this up to a boil over high heat, and then we're going to put the lid on it and simmer it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, now that this has come up to temperature and it's bubbling a little bit, we're going to cover it and turn it down to low. And we're gonna let that cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, so this has been simmering on low heat for about 15 minutes. Now we're going to add our frozen peas that have been rinsed under hot water to thaw. And we're just gonna stir that in. Make sure that the potatoes are cooked. We're gonna cook that for about 10 more minutes with the lid on to let the potatoes cook a little bit more. Okay, our potatoes are cooked through and our peas are nice and warm. Now we're going to add a little bit of cilantro and green onion. Got about 3/4 cup of cilantro and about 1/4 cup of green onion. Just gonna stir that in. Oh, looks so good. I love the smell of cilantro. I know cilantro is a controversial subject, but if you love it, you love it. All right, let's go plate it up. Okay, now we're just going to plate this up over a little bit of rice. And top it with a little more cilantro. Oh, it smells so good. Let's give it a little taste. So good. It's nice and savory from the meat, nice and spicy, a little sweet from the peas and the carrots. Oh, so good. It's got a lot of juice to flavor the rice. I love it. It's one of my favorites. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this recipe and found it helpful, give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more low FODMAP recipes, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be posting a new video each week. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of recipes that I don't necessarily make videos for. And if you make this, don't forget to tag me. I love to see you guys making my recipes. It fills my heart with joy. All right, well, see you guys next week. Thanks again.